know you didn't want to speak too much on the subject while it was still kind of going on, but Darius, his waiver, I guess his appeal was denied yesterday.
Yes.
The fact that this went on until, I guess, almost over 2 months into the season, I mean, if you have thoughts on this whole subject?
Yeah, I do. It's really hard to understand, you know. Yes, and thank you for asking, because, you know, we say we're about student athletes and we care and you know, that's what we stand for, and that's what this whole thing is supposed to be about, and our organization somehow doesn't finish those things, you know, let alone the appeal. Like, it's, you know, okay, an appeal, but the initial, how can an initial waiver not be by the time of the season? I don't understand. We got to stay up all night. I mean, we got to hire more people. It'd be like saying, you know, for you guys, hey, shoot, I just didn't get around to getting the story done. I didn't get around to it. Doesn't fly very well in the real world, you know. Gosh darn, I didn't know we had that game. I didn't quite get to the game that night. I mean, it's just, you know, it's really hard for me to understand, and I think it's very sad. And we got to front row seat on watching two guys get treated the way I don't think anyone should be treated as a college athlete in a precious career. It's a precious career. It's this little tiny piece that you worked your life to get to be a college player, and then you get a scholarship, and you're so excited to play, and they go, well, I don't know if you're gonna get to play or not, but the season's going on and games are going by, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I can't even imagine how I would have felt, because I know how important it was to me when I was a college basketball player, and I know how important it is to them. I see it on a daily basis. And it just kills me looking at them. And it's not just those two. We just happen to have a front row of two of them, but I know there's a lot of them across the country. And you know what? It shouldn't happen. It needs to get fixed. It just shouldn't happen. It's not right, and it needs to be fixed.
So how do you and your staff help them navigate that waiting period?
You know, I didn't want to be a guy every single day bringing it up, because I just thought that would make it worse. So I kept just trying to tell them, look, we're fighting, we're doing everything we can. I'm sorry that there's an organization that's not as urgent as they should be. And they handled it great, outwardly. They really did. Both of them handled it as with class and dignity. But inward, I know they weren't handling it great. You know, I mean, I know Kendrick was like, you know, just practice. He couldn't hardly, like, something, I don't even want to practice, I'm not going to play. You know, it just was killing him. And you could see his passion to play basketball. If you can't see Kendrick's passion, you haven't seen Darius yet, but if you can't see the passion that he plays basketball with, and they took it away from him. You know, they took that away, and thankfully after whatever, four games, I think, they allowed it. But, you know, I'm not in charge of them. And they probably don't care what I think, but I just know right and wrong, and it's wrong when you could you know, there's a time when we knew when the time was, and these waivers are all done in, you know, months ago. It wasn't like you put them in 2 days before the first game, so it's very disappointing. I will tell you at this point, you know, it was a little bit of a moot point, even if the appeal went our way, because what are we in January 8 or 9, and we're 13, 14 games, how many games we played? But are you gonna, you know, what are you gonna, you know, the bus is way out here. So, and now it's kind of a moot point, but it's been hard. It's been hard. I just, they need to get it fixed.